Good morning. Good morning on Instagram. I can see I'm live. Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, coming very soon. And here we go. Hello. If you're watching on Instagram, great picture, but you're not going to get the fancy graphics on the screen that you might get if you're watching on YouTube, LinkedIn, and Facebook. But for some reason on YouTube, LinkedIn, and Facebook, we've got this kind of murky, horrible image, and I've set up a light. I've got like a beacon shining in my face. Yeah, I look like I've just emerged from a swamp. Who knows why? But Instagram, great picture. Can't fault it. Hey ho, thanks for joining. Happy morning. Greetings from a sweltering kitchen. I don't know about you. I'm absolutely under siege from fruit flies. So I'll be swatting them off during the course of this live. The main purpose of this live is to talk about 24-hour open house. Hopefully you're sick of hearing it by now. I'm going to give you some updates. I'm going to talk about some guest speakers who I haven't yet really discussed, some really exciting names. Stay to the very end and I'll tell you a little bit about a really exciting person who's going to be joining. But I thought we'd have a little bit of fun as well. So if you're watching this live, then you can also just ask me anything. Drop it in the comments. Any questions about the 24-hour open house, about life? I can't promise to be the most reliable person if it comes to life advice, about business, about video, about social media, about AI. If you want to ask a question about anything, ask away. If you're watching this live, if you're watching a replay, don't bother. But let's start off with 24-hour open house. If this is new to you, then my social media algorithm is defying me because I couldn't really be talking about it any more than I currently am. But if you are new to it, then it's a charity event that I'm running on the 3rd of September, 9 a.m. the 3rd of September. It continues for 24 hours until 9 a.m. on Friday, the 4th of September, and I'll be live online on YouTube for the entire duration of that time. But it's not just me, because that would be incredibly boring. No one needs 24 hours of me. So instead, I've asked lots of friends and guests to join me, and we're going to have 48 30-minute sessions. And I have just been staggered by the brilliant people who have actually agreed to do this. Some of those people I've talked about a lot already. So I'm going to focus on some of the guests who you might not have heard of. And I'm going to take you through some of them. There's a QR code on the screen if you are watching this anywhere apart from Instagram. If you're on Instagram, 24hourwebinar.com is the place you need to go for anything that I'm about to mention in all of this. And I can see some comments coming in. Good morning, Lisa. Morning, Sean. Thanks for being there and watching. And anyone else out there, you're very welcome. So let's start off with some of the guests who you might not know quite so much about. And I'm going to start with our first guest live at 9 a.m. on the 3rd of September is John Espirian. You may not know John because he's not from inside the property industry. He is, however, one of the sessions I'm most excited about during the whole 24 hours. And it's the very first one, although I will say that about every single session. And John is a LinkedIn consultant. He's the host of the Informed podcast. That is a podcast all about everything you need to know about LinkedIn. And John is going to share tips and advice on how to set up your LinkedIn profile, how to basically be as good as possible on LinkedIn to find your audience, to get your posts seen. And he's even said that he's going to live audit some LinkedIn profiles. And I am looking for volunteers. If you would like John to live audit your LinkedIn profile live during I promise he's very friendly. It's nothing to be scared of. It's going to help you greatly. If you'd like that, then drop me a message or comment and put your hand up. But that's going to be a really valuable session. I should say at this point, this is all in aid of two wonderful charities, Breast Cancer Now and Andy's Man Club. Breast Cancer Now, self-explanatory what they do. Andy's Man Club is a men's mental well-being charity, but also completely relevant to anyone who is interested in the subject of mental well-being, whatever your gender. More about that later, but actually more about that now, because at 10:30, I'm really chuffed that we're going to be joined by a representative of Breast Cancer Now, Emma Harvey Kitching. She's going to be telling us more about the charity. She's going to be telling us more about her own battle with breast cancer. That promises to be a very raw and honest but life-affirming story. So do join that. Moving on to 12:30, someone who you may be familiar with, Vicky Berberis is going to join the head honcho at Location, absolutely outstanding agency in London. Vicky is a absolutely wonderful person. She's heavily involved at Agents Together, and she's going to be talking about, she's specifically asked to talk about this subject, about the issue of, well, selling more property. That might sound fairly obvious, but when you take into account that roughly 50% of listed properties actually go on to sell, it is a major issue in our industry that needs to be addressed. So she's going to be sharing some of the things that they've done at Location to address that particular challenge. Let's move on quickly. Ali Mortimer at 2:30. If you came to the Women Estate Agent Conference, the Women in Estate Agency Conference back in March, you will definitely remember Ali. She is a joy coach. Her whole purpose is to help people find joy in life and place joy as your strategy rather than the end goal that you work towards. It's going to be a really insightful conversation. She's going to be chatting to me and Sarah Hood. 4:30, Debbie Franklin, prop tech expert. She's going to be talking about that and more besides. 5 o'clock, Steve Eakins from Lumon. I'm really looking forward to this session, because if you are an estate agent and a client or a prospective client asks you the question, how's the market? What's your reply? And do you say, it's okay, ticking along, it could be busier, not too quiet? It's very vague, isn't it? Now, I don't know about you, but I am crap at talking about the economy. Hands up, I'm just not very good at it. And when we're talking about the market, we're talking about the economy. So Steve is going to be showing us how to do exactly that, how to talk with confidence about the economy so that we can actually impress clients with our knowledge and expertise and use that to win more customers. Steve Eakins, absolutely unmissable session. I'm going to pause there. I'm going to rattle through some more speakers in a minute. If you want to see the full lineup, then please go to 24hourwebinar.com. I'm just telling you the latest additions to the lineup here. There are more guests who I'm not going to mention today, so visit that website. If you're on Instagram, I'm going like this, then if you were on YouTube, you'd be seeing a lovely graphic right now with the website on. 24hourwebinar.com, Instagrammers, go. You can register there for free. This is all going to be absolutely free when it's streamed. And as for the charity side of things, if you can afford it, I'll be asking you to make a donation if you find the sessions valuable, but the content is all available for free. I've asked you for audits if you want your LinkedIn profile audited live during John's session. I'm also going to ask you for confessions. One of the sessions I'm really looking forward to with Amy Shields is at 10:30 at night, when we'll be reading aloud estate agency confessions submitted completely anonymously. I've already started to receive some of them, and we'll be deciding whether or not you're worthy of forgiveness, or if you have to stay in purgatory forever for your sins. I've started to receive some really hilarious estate agency confessions. So again, at the website, you can anonymously, completely anonymously submit your estate agency confessions, whether it's embarrassing, hilarious, whatever it might be. Shameful. Some of them are shameful, and I'm excited to share them with you. Let's crack on. Ross Daniello at 7:30. He's going to be talking about fees, specifically increasing your fees by proving your value first. Once you prove your value to the customer, the fee conversation is far more straightforward. That's his whole thing. And oh, look, I've got lots more comments coming in. Annalise, I'm excited for it as well. Sean, yeah, John is going to be fab, absolutely. If any of you are in Bristol, John's actually running his own mini festival based around LinkedIn in Bristol later in September. Let me know if you want the details for that. Lisa, I saw that you volunteered for John's session and I have not jotted your name down. So prepare to be audited on LinkedIn in the friendliest possible way. Let's crack on. A few more names to mention. Jane Whitfield, EXP agent extraordinaire, is one of these agents who's gone from solo to a team and now setting up an office on the high street. She's going to be talking about how she did that, she claims, with absolutely no plan whatsoever. So I think that'll be interesting, obviously for self-employed agents with the prospect of growing your agency and building a team, opening an office, but actually anyone who is building a team. That Jane has been seriously successful in her patch and her input is going to be really, really insightful. A very successful agent sharing exactly how she's done what she's done. I'm going to fast forward to 11:30 p.m. Now I'm skipping over some sessions purely because I've told you about them before. 11:30, I'm going to be joined by Dan Thomas, experienced estate agent and now working to help promote one of, if not the largest agent referral network in the UK. We're going to be talking about the power of building exactly that, an agent network, whether that is for referrals, peer support, advice, mental health, whatever it might be. He's going to be showing exactly how you can do that. And showing you that in action, which is going to be really, really fascinating. Into the depths of the night now, 1 a.m. All credit to Adam Graver of House of Marquee, who's put up his hand for the 1 a.m. slot. We're going to be talking about marketing. Adam is a great marketer, so if you want to help build your business, tune into that. 2 a.m. Sam Oliver. We're going to be talking about systems, and it's very appropriate that that is at 2 a.m. because it's about how to build the systems that allow your business to tick over even in your absence. Fast forward to 4 a.m. Really excited about this. I'm going to be joined by Sam Hunter. Sam Hunter, Australian agent extraordinaire. I say Australian. He's worked in Australia and the UK as an agent. He then helped set up Home Search, data technology company. And he now runs the Happy Buyers Club, so working from the buyers' perspective. And Sam is a very well-respected, highly respected agent and property professional. Really insightful comment. If you can join at 4 a.m., it's going to be well worth the perspective from both sides, UK and Australian, and also both sides, buyer, seller, and technology. Wow, really fascinating session. Can't wait for that. 2 more names to mention to you. 7 a.m. I'm so delighted to have this guy joining. Steve Carroll. Steve Carroll is, again, a very highly respected real estate coach, mainly operating in Australia. He's one of these real estate agent professionals, coaches from Australia, who is just widely lauded as one of the real experts in his field. And he now works globally, helping people to improve their digital presence, helping them across all aspects of their business. Really, really, really fascinating session in Prospect at 7 a.m. on the 4th of September. Before I tell you the last name that I'm going to mention, thanks, Sean, for the question here. Will it be recorded for viewers with prior commitments, please? I'm going to give you a slightly hesitant yes. And the reason for my hesitance is this. We've been, I say we, me and the really helpful team at Catini, massive thanks and credit to them as the event sponsors, have been wrapping our heads around the mechanics of recording 24 hours of live streaming. We intend to do that. The kind of the caveat is, who knows if it will work and we'll get all 24 hours in the can. We're going to try. So I would say be there at the live session if you can. All the live sessions, obviously, it'll be just like this. You can submit comments, questions, so you can get involved and it will be interactive. So be there live if you can. But afterwards, I really hope that I can share at least some of the sessions, probably in return for a donation. But yeah, we're going to try. And I know that they'll be in high demand. So yeah, we're going to do our best. Finally, for now, the 8 a.m. Matt Giggs. I don't need to tell you an awful lot about Matt. Just one of the most experienced, most honest, nicest, and capable property professionals in the UK. Always incredibly generous with his advice. Always really insightful and considered and well thought through. And so he has promised a really honest conversation, 8 a.m. On the 4th of September, by which point I will be in God knows what condition. So I'm relying on you, Matt, to probably carry the can during that session. Two more things to tell you about before I go. I'm so grateful that a very wonderful person has put up a fantastic prize that is on offer for anybody who makes a donation either before or during the live broadcast. Stephen Brown, who is running a session at 4 p.m. on the 3rd of September. Stephen has offered a full access to his online training platform for one person. This is 40 training videos. I'm sure you know Stephen, but he is, I don't know, maybe the highest regarded trainer in estate agency, certainly one of them, and a wonderful man to boot. Does so much for charity himself and also the property community. So Stephen has offered full access to his online training platform, 40 videos. That is very valuable, and I think worth a few £1,000 if you are paying for it in full. So make a donation. Again, 24hourwebinar.com, or scan the QR code that's on the screen. If you're not on Instagram, it's on the screen, and make a donation. And no matter how much you can afford to donate, you're in with a chance. We'll probably do the live draw at about 8:57 on the 4th of September. So let's wrap things up. Let's check my... I've had some lovely comments come in. So thank you for those. Sean, Mark, Annalise, Lisa. I haven't had any tricky questions, which I'm quite relieved about. But there's still time. Hi, Chris, on Instagram, and Dobbers. There's still time. So we're just wrapping this up. If you're late joining the party, you'll be able to rewatch. I've rattled through a whole load of fantastic people who I've recently added to the lineup. The full lineup is at 24hourwebinar.com, where you can register, you can see the full schedule, and you can donate to support Breast Cancer Now and to support Andy's Man Club. I haven't talked an awful lot about those charities. There's time for that available. Thank you, Annalise. Merch is available. If you want to support these charities in another way, yes, you can donate on our page in order to qualify for Stephen Brown's prize. But do you know what? If you just want to support in a different way, then that's fine by me. And as Annalise pointed out to me the other day, Andy's Man Club has some serious merch. T-shirts, caps, onesies, hoodies. I'm going to be like a merch rail during this event, if my credit card can cope with it. Breast Cancer Now also has some brilliant pink merchandise, if that is more your color palette. So support these charities. You don't have to do it through me. Sean, really, really crucial question. If you're on Instagram, Sean Adams has just asked if I will be taking any toilet breaks. This is an unresolved issue, if I'm really honest with you. And I basically, look, I'll be quite honest with you. There will be times when I'm going to have to hold it, but there'll also be times when I can't. And so I'm going to have to very tactically plan this, to plan these toilet breaks when I have guests on air who are capable of maintaining the conversation alone for 45 to 60 seconds. So that's, I think any fundraising attempt is better with an element of jeopardy, and there is no higher jeopardy than that. So before I go, I just want to sort of throw forward slightly, because there is one guest being added to the agenda who I haven't yet told you about. And I did a little tease earlier in the week. And I am honestly blown away to have this person involved. I really wanted someone who might capture the imaginations of the estate agency industry to be involved in this event. And I spammed out so many ridiculous requests to celebrities to give me half an hour of their time. I'm not lying to you when I say that I emailed Michelle Obama because someone suggested that I should. Now, I haven't yet heard back from Michelle. And to be honest, the agenda is nearly full. So she's nearly out of luck. However, some people did come back to me. And some people couldn't do it. Some people were obviously just humoring me and being polite, which was very good of them. But one person said yes. And to be honest, if I could have had the pick of the bunch, then I would have picked this person. And I'm just going to break off because Chris Webb on Instagram has suggested that I need a hole in my chair to solve the toilet break conundrum. And I hadn't considered that, but it's an option. So I had this really special guest who I'm going to announce on Monday. So keep your eyes open for that. Thank you very much, everybody, for joining us. It's been fun. I should say, by the way, I meant to mention this at the top. Lives are the future. People are catching up with video marketing. LinkedIn is awash with video content and personal branding videos. If you want to go one step further, I'm slipping back into my kind of consultant training mode here, but lives are the future. Remember, you heard it here, maybe about a third after probably Chris Webb and other people have mentioned it. But yeah, the algorithms like it. They push it to your audience. It's authentic and genuine. So probably not like this, though. You want to get a series, like a weekly series, weekly market update chats, live at a particular time. Grow that audience. I'm sorry, I'm slipping into old habits now. Thank you very much for joining. We'll do this again sometime in the lead up, but otherwise, I will see you at 9 a.m. on the 3rd of September for the 24-hour open house. Thanks, everybody.